Hi guys, George Taulealeausumai here. Just really privileged and honoured to be asked to speak at the New Zealand Ironblack Gridiron team's get together tonight before they head out on tour to play Australia. I was asked by head coach Harry Siono to go speak to them as a former Ironblack player and a former Ironblack captain and a former Ironblack New Zealand head coach. So I just was told to go and talk to them and inspire them on the history and what it means to be an Ironblack. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm taking my grandson, and he never got to see me play for the Ironblacks, but this is just next best thing is to take him to listen and meet the boys.
But one thing that we are very proud of, and I am proud to introduce somebody who is going to speak to us today about that legacy and that responsibility for each of our young men. So please, a warm welcome for our first Ironblacks head coach, George Taulealeausumai. You good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Hey, praise the Lord that we're all here. My name is George Taulealeausumai for short, but it's actually George Taulealeausumai. So great to see that we've got a program going again because it's been a while. I've played with some of these guys, Coach Lorenzo. That's telling you how old we are. And I remember Coach Joe when he was a young tight end who we just thought this guy's got a great future. And then I also coached Coach Harry. So, I feel really old now, but these guys were part of the legacy. I'll just let you know a little bit about where we've come from. We were actually called the Air New Zealand Warriors. We were sponsored by Air New Zealand in the late 80s, and that name changed later on to, I've made notes here, trying to fit 45 years in 10 minutes. We changed from the New Zealand Warriors to the New Zealand All-Stars. We became the New Zealand Ironblacks in the mid-90s, which is the name I love the most. We had a brand change. We went to New Zealand Haka for a little while. Then we went to the New Zealand Steel Blacks. And then, thank goodness, we're back to Ironblacks, my personal favorite. The name changes, but the jersey's the same. It's black, and there's a silver fern. And that's where the pride is. So I'm glad that we're back there. We had a lot of frequent tours, and we hosted a lot of colleges. So back then, it was quite often to have annual test matches. So I racked up around 18 tests for New Zealand, but because we had a lot of series every year, we had 2 tests a year, maybe 3 tests a year. And we had the privilege of playing William Jewell from Missouri, just named a few here. The Australian team back then was called the Kookaburras. They changed their name to Outback. Then we played some varsity teams from Arizona, Ricks, Snow at Vegas, Idaho, Kentucky. Surfers Paradise, we had the Down Under Bowls, and we played Queensland and American varsity teams from Arizona. So there was heaps of activity. An under-21 team that I coached, and I think Harry was in that. And we played a team from California called Cantwell, and we lost 10-9. So, we've had some good days in this jersey. We've had some bad days, but that's football. And then probably our most successful, I remember we played a senior varsity team from Arizona, and we won 27-7. But with good coaching, it can happen. So I really commend these guys who are taking you overseas to Aussie next week. It's a privilege to be in this jersey. It's a privilege to have it back. And when I started, there was no under 18. So I was 16 years old, and it just gets shoved in with the men. So there was just prems. Whether you were 16, 17, you just had to buckle up your helmet, man, and play with all these guys that had beards. And so we had no internet, no YouTube. We couldn't get ourselves out there. But despite those hurdles, we had guys who played Division I college and guys who cracked the NFL well before Jared Hayne, Jordan Mailata, Jordan Betea. These guys, Toa Sangapulutele, who played for Metro, he went to Cal Berkeley on scholarship. Darren Venu, he went to Arizona State. Lester Solai played for Brigham Young. Timo Tangaloa, who was a Manu Samoa, he went to Utah. we had heaps of guys, and Mark Noah and David Dixon are the first NFL guys from here. And the thing is, why I'm trying to tell you this, give it some context, they all wore this jersey. Now, David Dixon went and played 11 years with the Minnesota Vikings. Mark Noah got drafted by the Detroit Lions and then got traded to the San Diego Chargers and played with Junior Seau. But we had guys who cracked the NFL with no internet, no YouTube. He was discovered because he was a shot put champion, and an article on Mark's shot put success got to Hawaii. The coach of the University of Hawaii saw this shot put guy. He's 6'8", and I think he was like 380 pounds at the time. He just says, I want to get that guy over here. Found Mark through the yellow pages, then rang the one of the two Noah families in the phone book and says, I'm flying you over to Hawaii. The rest is history. He put down the shot put and became an NFL player for the Chargers. That guy went on to be the Ironblacks coach. So it's the thing, it's coming back. You come back and give it back. He came back and coached me, and I was fortunate enough to receive his coaching, and then I coached some of the younger fellas here. And we were just so proud to play under Mark, because we had coaches that in those days were straight out of the States. So we had a guy called Sione Misi, a Tongan guy, and that guy's son was called Koa Misi. Koa Misi was the head of the Miami Dolphin defense for the mid-2000s. The lineage that goes from here all the way out, it blows your mind. So I'm just here to say there were great days back then, and there are going to be greater days ahead. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys do. Win or lose, man, it's the fact that you're here, you're wearing the black jersey, the name is back, the team is back, and good things. It's about attitude. So if we're talking about unity, guys, you know, you come from different places. We're not Hamiltonians, we're not Aucklanders, we're not Wellingtonians, we're Ironblacks. And one team is the difference. Because I've seen US teams come out on the field, and the most intimidating thing when you want to see unity, they're holding hands. And I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, it could look sissy, but I tell you what, it looks strong. So unity is the thing. If you go out there knowing that you're there for your brother, and you're there to block for him, to protect for him, that's all you need to be a successful team. Individually, you know you got to do your bit. When that comes together in a play, it only takes one thing or two things to break down and the play's unsuccessful, right? So everybody has to do their bit. And, you know, you might be a left end or a left cornerback, but if you're out of position because the coaches see you as something else, embrace it. Or don't, I'm usually better on just accept where you are. Because being in the jersey is all that matters. There's been times when I was a linebacker, I could hit sideline to sideline real quick. One year I was put on 15 Ks, and I thought, man, there's no way I'm going to make this team. They took me and they says, would you be prepared to play D-tackle? And I thought, yeah, because I didn't care where I played. I just wanted to be in the team. So just contribute, have that attitude, go out there and think, man, I'm going to contribute to this team. And if you want to know how you contribute mentally, you can have all the muscles in the world, but if you're not mentally strong, it's not enough. Go out there, be mentally strong, physically strong. One of the ways you can say, how can I perform? If there's 10 people in the crowd, 100 people in the crowd, 10,000 people in the crowd, here's the trick. Just think, they've all come to watch me. Nobody else. Me. Now, when you have that mentality, how many plays do you think you will take off? How many plays do you think you'll dog? None of them. Because you think everyone's watching just me. I know it sounds egotistical, but if you have that mindset, you will not let your brother down. And if everybody thinks like that, that unit is just unstoppable. You know, another thing is people, they look at us and they think, football, you guys wear pads, you guys wear helmets. And that's always been a bit of a chip on my shoulder, because I thought, come down and watch. I've got some pads in the car. Do you want to try it out? And the only way we're going to get respect is if we go out there and compete. Just be physical. Just be physical. Make them see what we have down here. We are blessed with the Polynesian and Maori and Palangi DNA that work together on rugby league fields, on rugby fields. It's no different. we just do the same here. I have the privilege to be working with four-time Super Bowl champion Jesse Sapolu. He's a 49er, and he's had expressed interest down here. So this 6156 is an academy that is looking out for more college and high school guys. And there is an opportunity at the NFL level, but it's very scarce. But just saying that that's in the pipelines. And, you know, if anything, go out there, be strong. And the Ironblacks, just have, I think we should add something to that. Iron Black, Iron Heart. Thank you.
Thank you, George, for addressing us all again. It is an honour and an honouring a legacy we are. So, men, I hope you did pay attention to what was spoken, because very soon it will be your responsibility to share our history.